Roger Chrysler, and I'm going to talk about screwdrivers and losing screws and all that kind of stuff. Uh, Usually one of the things modeler has to do is to take the couplers off and change couplers, maybe put in Katie couplers or something like that. Even just to take the shell off, take the front coupler off, and you can pop out the shell and drop the whole chassis down. But once you've got it out, then getting the screw back in is another story. So we've got a bunch of different screwdrivers here. This is of course a small Phillips screwdriver. We have various flat blade screwdrivers as well. Sometimes the manufacturer will tighten a screw in so much that it's really hard to get it started. And even though it's a Phillips screw, if you try to use a Phillips screwdriver, you're going to damage the head. So sometimes it's easier to get in there with a tiny flat blade screwdriver and just start the screw enough that it breaks that manufacturer's seal, and you can go in with a Phillips and open it up the rest of the way. When you go to put it back, that's another story. This is a regular set of jeweler's screwdrivers you may see. The advantage of this set is it has a set of sockets with it for doing small nuts and hex head screws. And you notice these also have a hole in them. It's actually got a small bar here that you can put in there to use for give yourself a little bit of torque, which is better than usual because these don't give you much torque when you're using them normally. That's why I like these bigger ones. They're a little bit more cushioned. You can put a little bit more pressure on the screw and it's easier to grip and so on. So when we go to put the screw back on, put the coupler back on, assemble the box, which is fun because and have to push it through the pilot with the help of a pair of tweezers to hold it together. So it's in place there. Now we got to get the screw back in. You see it wants to fall apart as we go, but this screwdriver here has what I've done is I've have a small rare earth magnet that you can get from a number of places. Has a hole in it, so we can just attach that to the screwdriver shaft, and that would give you the advantage of being able to pick up the screw magnetically and then get it in the hole to start your screw. So that's one way of doing it. After a while the shaft will become magnetized anyway, and you can do without that. One of the latest things I've got here is from Katie. It's like a gripper for screws and so on to get them started. So this is even better than that because it's gives you a really positive action. You can grip the screw. Of course our box falls apart again. Line up the hole, start it up, or even just to put it in place there, and then you can use your regular screwdriver to finish the job without losing the screw on the floor. And that's about it. Something like this, a positive grip on the screw, means you're not spending a lot of time picking screws up off the floor, and more time for modeling. So that's it for me for today.